Now we are discussing about the Pythagoras theorem. This is also called Baudhayana theorem. Already we discussed this in a similar triangles. Just recall that. In a right triangle, the square of length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides. This is a Pythagoras theorem. So just that consider a right angle triangle A, B, C. Here at B we have right angle, so AC becomes hypotenuse, and this is side 1 and this is side 2. Then what Pythagoras theorem says? So he says that hypotenuse square of the hypotenuse, that means hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of the remaining two sides, that is side 1 square plus side 2 square. This is very important. And if you observe that if I consider the angle here, acute angle at theta at C, then this AB becomes the opposite side, this BC becomes the adjacent side. Then we can easily write this as hypotenuse square is equal to opposite side square plus adjacent side square. Keep in this mind, keep this Pythagoras theorem in your mind. Whenever two sides are given, if you want to find out the third side in a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem. This is very important. Okay, next, see here. Write lengths of hypotenuse, opposite side and adjacent side for the given angles in the triangle. So before going to write opposite and adjacent, we need three sides of a triangle. But observe that in given problem here AC is 5 centimeters, BC is 4 centimeters, but we don't know the AB. So let that AB be X. Now we have to find X value first. That means the length of the AB we have to find first. Okay. For this, what we have to do, you have to use the Pythagoras theorem. What Pythagoras theorem says? So Pythagoras says that hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Okay, we have to use this relation. So first we have to write what is hypotenuse here. Here hypo is equal to, here it is 90 degrees, so opposite to that becomes hypo, so hypo is equal to 5 centimeter. And next side 1, so consider side 1 as 4 centimeters, and side 2, we don't know the side 2, let it be x centimeters. Now place this in relation. Hypotenuse square, that is 5 square, is equal to side 1 square, that is 4 square, plus side 2 square, that is x square. Now simplify this. 5 square is nothing but 25, 4 4s are 16, so move it to left side, it becomes minus 16, that is equal to x square. 25 minus 16 is nothing but 9. 9 is equal to x square, so we get 9 is nothing but, we can write it as 3 square is equal to x square, so we get x is equal to 3. So like this, first we have to find out this value. So x is equal to 3 here. After that, for angle C you have to write. For angle C, if here it is the angle C, then this becomes the opposite, and this is hypotenuse, and this becomes the adjacent. Based on that you have to write the values. And next, same values you have to consider, but angle at A. So based on this angle, then this becomes the opposite, this becomes the adjacent, that is BC becomes the opposite and AB length becomes the adjacent to angle A. Based on that you have to write the values. Okay, next, try to do one activity. Okay, based on this activity we define the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so here just draw a horizontal line on a paper. Let the initial point be A, and B, C, D, E. Take these points at a distance of 3 centimeters each one. That is, AB distance is 3 centimeters, BC is also 3 centimeters, CD is also 3 centimeters, DE is also 3 centimeters. If you observe that the distance from A to C, this is 3 and 3, so it becomes 6 centimeters. And the distance from A to D, 9 centimeters. Like that we get. Okay. So next, here consider the points P, Q or S. So draw the perpendiculars from uh, B to P. So that means PB is perpendicular and QC is also perpendicular. RD is also perpendicular. SE is also perpendicular to the line AE. And here take BP as 4 centimeters, CQ as 8 centimeters, and DR as 12, and SE as 16 centimeters. Now consider the angle theta. Here the angle is same to the triangles ABP and ACQ and ADR, AES. Now consider the triangle ABP. Here I am taking according to the angle A, BP becomes the opposite side, and here BP is perpendicular to AB, so we get a right angle opposite to this. That means AP becomes the hypo here. Now find the AP here. Already we discussed in previous program. It is 3 centimeters, it is 4. Then hypotenuse. According to the Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse we get hypo square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay, so what is the side here? Here we get a 3 centimeters, so 3 square, plus here we get 4 centimeters, so 4 square. 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, so we get 25. So hypo square is nothing but 25 is 5 square. So we get hypo is equal to 5 centimeters. Like this, we can find the hypotenuse here. Now, after that, just see, opposite by hypo ratio we are finding here. What is the opposite value here? So opposite is nothing but 4 centimeters by hypo value. Hypotenuse is 5. So we get the angle value 4 by 5 here. That is BP by AP value. BP by AP is equal to 4 by 5 here. Now consider the another triangle, that is ACQ. In this triangle also, first we have to find out the hypotenuse value. So this becomes the opposite because we are considering theta here. This becomes the opposite, and now consider the value of hypotenuse, that means AQ value. Just see here, what is how we can get AQ value. So hypotenuse square is equal to, that means hypo square is equal to, one side 3 plus 3 we have to get 6 square plus 8 square. So 6 square is 36 and 8 square is 64. Then we get 100 here. So 100 is nothing but 10 square. So square square cancel, hypotenuse value is 10 here. So like this we can write hypotenuse as a 10. This is 10. Now find the value of opposite by hypo here. What is the opposite value here? This is opposite. So we get 8 by 10. So it which is divisible by 2. So 2 4s are 2 5s are. Same 4 by 5 we get here. That means we can say that AP by AQ is equal to BP by AP value is equal to CQ, the opposite CQ by AQ. Okay, that is opposite by hypotenuse we are taking. And for the other triangle, consider ADR. Here also, if you observe that the ratio of the opposite by hypotenuse, what is the opposite here? DR or RD by hypotenuse AR. So that gives DR by AR. This is also equal to 4 by 5. You can calculate that. And after that, consider the another triangle, that is AES. Here also, ES by AS, if you calculate, that is opposite by hypotenuse, that is also equal to same value, that is 4 by 5. So that means whenever the angle A is not changed here, whenever the angle A is fixed, all the right angle triangles are giving the same ratio, same value for opposite by hypotenuse. So this opposite side by hypotenuse is named as sine theta. So we get sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. This is the one of the trigonometric ratio. Okay. Now see the activity, and now we are considering the hypotenuse and the adjacent. Now we are finding the adjacent by hypotenuse value, the ratio of adjacent and hypotenuse. Here, if you consider for this triangle ABP, so what is the adjacent value? Here it is 3, and hypotenuse value it is 5. So we get that 3 by 5 here. Okay, so that is nothing but adjacent is AB by hypotenuse is AP. So AB by AP gives us 3 by 5. Similarly, if you consider the another triangle, that is ACQ, here also the adjacent by hypotenuse, adjacent is nothing but here AC. So AC by hypotenuse is AQ. If you calculate that, here also we get the same value. Just check that. Here the adjacent value is 3, 3. So 3 plus 3, 6 here. By already we calculated this hypotenuse is 10. So we can cancel it by 2. Then we get the 3 by 5. So we get the same value. That means the AC by AQ value is also same. And if you consider the other triangle, then here also adjacent by hypotenuse. Here the adjacent value is AD. So we get AD by hypotenuse is AR. So by AR. Then similarly here also we get the same value 3 by 5. Like this, if you consider the another triangle, here also the adjacent by hypotenuse, that is adjacent is AE here and hypotenuse is AS here. So AE by AS, all the ratios are same. This ratio is defined as cosecant theta. So here adjacent by hypotenuse. So cosecant theta can be defined as adjacent by hypotenuse. This is the second trigonometric ratio. Now with the same activity, we can examine the ratio of the opposite and adjacent. So just check that opposite by adjacent. Here opposite by adjacent gives 4 by 3 here. So then BP by AB. Okay, now consider the other triangle, that is ACQ. Here opposite by adjacent, that means here we get opposite is 8 by adjacent is 3 plus 3 here, that is 6. So we can cancel. After cancelling we get 4 by 3. Previous also we get 4 by 3. So here also the value is same. So which is equal to opposite, that is CQ by adjacent, that is AC. If you consider the other triangle, then here also which is equal to opposite by adjacent. So here 12 by 9. 12 by 9 by cancelling we get 4 by 3. So which is equal to, if you consider the third last triangle, that is AES, here also the opposite by adjacent, that is opposite is SE by adjacent is AE. Opposite by adjacent, that is we get the same value 4 by 3 here. So these ratios are same. This ratio is defined as tangent theta. So tangent theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. You have to keep concentration on the names of the triangles, how we can find them in a right angle triangle. Okay, now just see the trigonometric ratios. Totally there are 6 trigonometric ratios. First, we define sine A. That is, sine A is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. Cosine A, generally we write like this, COSA, cos. We have to read that cosine A, but while writing we use that COSA. So cosine A, which is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, and a tangent A. Tangent A is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Now we have to consider the multiplicative inverses of these three, or reciprocals of these three trigonometric ratios. That means multiplicative inverse of sine A is defined as cosecant A. Generally, we can write this as a COSECA. We have to read like a cosecant A. Some in some books they write like this, CSCA. CSCA. That means we have to read like cosecant A, which is multiplicative inverse of sine A. That means cosecant A is equal to 1 by sine A. This is very important. Cosecant A is equal to 1 by sine A. Now, multiplicative inverse of cosine A. So, cosine A, multiplicative inverse of cosine A is defined as secant A. Secant A. So, secant A, generally we use SEC. SEC, so we have to read like secant A. Okay, secant A is equal to 1 by cosecant A. And multiplicative inverse of tangent A. Tangent A is called cotangent A. Generally, we write it as a COT. COTA. So that is cotangent A. We have to read like this, cotangent A. That while writing we use COT. So don't read as a cot A, just cotangent A. Cotangent A. This is nothing but the multiplicative inverse of tan A. That is tangent A. So we can write tangent, cotangent A is equal to 1 by tangent A. So like this we can write. Okay, these are the important trigonometric ratios you have to keep in mind, and practice this well, which are useful to do the problems.